Hi, this is Chandanni with WeDharma.com. Tonight we are at the Beverly Hills Hotel in honor of Women in Media. We're celebrating the International Women's Media Foundation, where women journalists from all over the world are being celebrated for their undying devotion and dedication and courage, allowing us information into injustices and atrocities that are happening in communities and places around the world that we have perhaps no access to. These women are incredibly dedicated and powerful and have an undying commitment to really exploring and investigating and letting the rest of the world see and hear what's going on behind closed doors. So it's a real privilege to be here tonight and to celebrate this amazing organization that supports and heralds women in media.
You walk this way, no, walk this way.
Hello everyone, this is Chandanni with WeDharma.com. I have the great privilege and great honor to introduce you a magnificent woman by the name of Vicky Nititema, who's one of the honorary guests. I just wanted to congratulate you on this honoring and to recognize your efforts as a journalist and as a woman in the 21st century, and your career has spanned over 3 or more decades in the pursuit of liberating Tanzania from the corruption of specifically witch doctors.
If anything, I've exposed witch doctors who fuel the killings of persons with albinism. But also I have showed Tanzanians that they don't have to fear witch doctors because they cannot bewitch them. But unfortunately, Tanzanians, 93% of them believe in witchcraft and they believe in witch doctors. And according to the recent study of the government of Tanzania, 60% of the population consults witch doctors when they get ill.
Why does it have such a strong hold on the Tanzanian people?
I think it's not a Tanzanian matter, but it's an issue that is all over Africa. People still believe in witchcraft, and education is needed in order for people to understand that witchcraft cannot make someone successful. A body of a person with albinism, a leg, an arm, hair, or blood cannot make someone wealthy. They have to be educated, and this is part of my work as a journalist, to tell them the truth about albinism and that witchcraft cannot help anyone to win elections, to be a successful businessman or woman, or even to be loved. When we continue to talk about it, when we continue to report about cases, about the killings, about all the atrocities, discrimination and stigma against persons with albinism or persons with any form of disabilities, then I think gradually it will stop. But it will take time, because even those who are educated, those who are in power, believe in witchcraft and they believe in witch doctors. Even religious leaders consult witch doctors. So it is going to take time, but we have to start somewhere, and I think we have started already. And also, I will continue to be the voice of the voiceless wherever I am.
Well, you know, I think that it's a great time to be a woman in journalism. When I started many, many moons ago, it was really the newsrooms were filled with men. And you would never mention that you had a child. You would never mention that. And today, I think it's a much more family-friendly environment. Lots of women opted out of television news anyway, because the pressures were just so enormous that it was very hard to maintain a family life and do the job. I think now you really can do it all. My colleague at ABC News, Barbara Walters, used to say that you could have 2 of 3 things: a great career, a great husband, and a great kid. Only 2 of 3, and I think now it's possible to have 3 of 3. So.
Yeah. There are people who have way to speak up their voice, and there are group of people who have no way to speak their voice. And we are working on North Korean defector situation in China, who escaped from their own country for freedom, but then they found more difficulties living in China because Chinese government isn't recognize them as refugees, but illegal immigrants. So whenever they find out them, they will send back to North Korea, which they will be sent to labor camp or even be executed. and we wanted to focus on this hardship life North Korean defectors are living in China.
And you were actually detained in North Korea, is that correct?
Yes.
How were you able to get away?
Obviously, President Clinton came to rescue us. It was very hard, but all the support that there were a period of time that I was getting letters from my husband and friends, and saying that we're getting a lot of support from many people here. Our story was in the public eyes, and especially all the journalists here were supporting us. Even North Korean government knew about it, that we were getting support from journalists. And that was and one of my colleagues told me that I won't stop to talking about your situation until you come home, and that was a hope.
What is your definition of being a woman in the 21st century?
Someone who is strong, but that comes from a really good heart, that doesn't come with any of the connotations of the bad words that go with a strong woman, but someone that really knows what they want and is willing to go on a path even if it's unaccepted by certain people.
That's beautiful. And what do you think about women in media and honoring these incredible journalists this evening?
Oh, well. I mean, it's hard to even put into words how extraordinary they are and how I really cannot wait to hear their stories because they are miraculous.
You walk away, I'll walk away. First tell me which road you will take. I don't wanna risk our paths crossing someday. So you walk that way, I'll walk this way. And the future hangs over our heads, and it moves with each current event, until it falls all around like a cold, steady rain, just staying when it's looking this way. And the moon's laying low in the sky, forcing everything metal to shine. And the sidewalk holds diamonds like a jewelry store case. They argue, walk this way.
I love WeDharma.com.
And we love you.
And Laura's asleep in my bed. As I'm leaving, she wakes up and says, I dreamed you were carried away on the crest of a wave. Baby, don't go away.